My name is Simon Schur, and welcome to my sidekick tutorial. Now, what we're going to learn today isn't just a quick snap sidekick that you might use when you're sparring, but a full range of motion sidekick. This is the kick in its full entirety. Yes, if you use less than this in practice, then you're never going to reach the full potential of your sidekick. If you practice the full range of motion technique, everything else will become much easier. To start learning this kick, it's best to not put too much pressure on your balance. We want to focus on the technique first. Put one hand on a bar or a wall or the back of a chair. Take your standing foot and point it directly towards the chair or wall. Take the other leg and pick it up. Make sure your knee comes in line with your sternum. Make sure your heel is aiming directly at your target. Now, extend your leg out all the way. Now pull the knee back so the knee comes back in line with your chest. When you do this, make sure the heel is still aiming at your target. We're going to try this over and over again until it becomes easy and we develop the leg muscles to be able to hold the leg up really high if we want to. Now hold your leg out there. Do the kicks over and over again until your muscles are strong enough to hold it up there for at least 100 kicks. Now, the pivot is not the point of the pivot. The purpose of the pivot is to turn your hips over and engage the gluteal muscles. If you don't pivot, you'll be doing almost a front kick or a pushing front kick. So make sure that the leg is pivoted all the way. The big toe should point towards the wall, not the pinky toe. Practice this as many times as you can. You can put one hand, two hand, your elbows on the bar at first. But once you've got the kick down, only put one hand on the bar. The other hand should be up in a guarding position. The reason this hand should be up is that when you're standing on one leg and you finished your kick, it's fully extended, this is a great time for an opponent to attack you. You're off balance, or you're on one leg, and if your hand is down, then you have no guard. There's nothing to protect your body. If they close the gap, then they could just pound you. So make sure you keep that hand up, knuckle to the sky, elbow to the ground. So when you practice your kick, practice with your hand up. If you practice with your hand down, then when you kick for real, your hand's gonna drop. You don't want that. Once you're good at one hand, try it with only 2 fingers. Now try it with only 1 finger. Now try it with your hand hovering over the bar. See how many kicks you can do with your hand just hovering there, not touching it. Once you've got this down, you can step away from the bar and practice your kicks without it. Try 5 kicks in a row without putting your leg down. Try 10, try 20. Now put one hand on the bar, the other hand in guarding position, pivot your foot, and place an obstacle about 2 feet away from your lead hip. Chamber your leg for the side kick, and try doing this kick over an obstacle. You'll find that this is much more difficult and forces you to keep your leg up. Now, after we have our leg high and powerful and controlled, we want it to be level. So what I do is I take a cup, a plastic cup with some balls in it, usually 4 balls to start with, but you can use anything you want. I place it on top of my foot, and I try doing the kick 10 times in a row without the cup falling off. After I've achieved this, I move it down to 2 balls. You'll find the lighter the cup, the more balanced your foot has to be. And then I try it with water. Maybe 1/3 of a cup. Then I try it with a full cup of water. If I spill, there's a consequence. Once I have great technique, great balance, and a level foot, I'm ready to leave the bar. Walk away and try the kick 5 or 10 times in a row away from the bar. Then try it over an obstacle. Now try it with a cup on your foot. Our next challenge will be accuracy. We need a technical, balanced, level kick that will hit any target we aim it at. I hung a ping pong ball from the ceiling with a white kite string. I adjust its level using a slip knot. Line your standing foot up with the ball, about 2 feet away from it, with your feet together. Pivot your standing foot fully. Throw the kick at the ping pong ball. Only your heel should touch the ball. If any other part of your foot hits the ball, it's wrong. If you hit the string, it's wrong. If you hit the bottom of the ball, it's wrong. It only counts if your kicks are correct. Make sure that you pull the leg back before you put it down. This is very important, as a leg that's left out can easily be grabbed. Or if a fighter closes the gap on you, you'll have no tool with which to repel him. Practice this kick until you can do it 10 or 20 times in a row without missing or messing up. Next step is to place a target next to the ball, like a punching bag. Try to kick the ball so that it hits the same place in the middle of your target every time. You now have all the basics you need to start using your side kick. You can perform it with a step behind motion, a turning motion, a spinning motion, a jump turn, or a jump spin. But remember, with any side kick you throw, make sure you do it with a full range of motion before you try to adapt it to anything less. The side kick can be thrown with any number of foot variations. The most popular being the heel, but the knife edge and ball of the foot are quite common. Thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for more of our exciting videos. Don't forget to comment and to share. Thank you.